Funny finding you here. Nigel Mackberry here today to find out how can we revolve. What? Hey, we're reviewing for the NSCAS. So, first things first, we're going to cut right to the chase. I had my cousin, Bobby Joe, go a little long-winded, and I apologize for him. Family reunions roll around once a year, and there's a reason I don't go. So,
I took offense to that. So, once again, if you can talk about fractions with your words in your mouth and you just say fractions.
First and foremost, we're going to start with a second. One of my favorite shapes, and for some reason, it goes round in my head. It's a circle. Alright, so, if we're given the circumference as 42 miles, what is the diameter? So what I want you to do in the review is once again pause the video, try to work it out, and I'll go through it with you. Here we go. Alright, so first things first. We know the circumference formula is say the pi. So, I'm going to have say the pi. First and foremost, it's kind of strange that we know the circumference. The circumference is 42 miles. The diameter is unknown, so it's going to be our variable. But we do know that pi is approximately 3.14. So, right here, folks, we have a classic equation. We want to get that variable by itself and make sure we do that by isolating it. So, what I want to do is turn that number right there into a 1. So I'm going to divide by 3.14 on both sides of the equation. Now, I'll be honest with you here. On the NSCAS, you will have most likely a question like this. You would be given a calculator. Hi, Siri. Hey, Siri. What is 42 divided by 3.14? 757. All right. Now, if the question is asking for the diameter, that would be our answer. You've got to be really careful. What they like to do, these people that correct this test, is they like to trick kids. All right? So, if you ever... That sounded kind of creepy. They like to trick kids. If they're asking for the diameter, here's the answer. But if they're asking for the radius, remember the radius, x here, is half of the diameter. So, all you have to do here is just round this to 13.4. Accent kind of changed there a little bit, sorry.
Y'all meet me outside, how about that, huh?
Oh, crikey! Make sure you look at what they're asking for. I might have just said that entire problem in a different accent. I apologize. Alright. So if we have miles here, it'd be either 6.7 miles for radius, or the diameter would this be miles. Correct. Ella, Curtis. Oh, hi! So, what we're gonna do, gotta love the random shout-outs in the videos, don't we? Alright. Let's say we have a question that gives us a chart with some percents, and then we find out that it's about people that like colors. Alright, who doesn't like colors? So, if it says there are 400 people at the auditorium, so let's say we have 400 total people, it says how many specifically like the color blue. So, this would be a classic percent proportion. Part of a total. Alright, so our total amount is 400. If you haven't already paused this video to solve it, please do so. Okay, the part is unknown, so the part is going to be our variable, and the percent of blue is 45%. Now, first and foremost, this is really close to 50%. And 50% of 400 is about 200. My suggestion throughout the state test, make sure you're estimating. Because here's what happens. Let's imagine you have I, by, si, die. I don't know the exact answer right now, so just think a little bit. Around 50%, so what is 50% of 400? Well, it should be around 200. This is a little bit lower than 50%, so this should be a little bit lower than 200. Let's look at our answers. All right, 300, way too big. 100, way too small. 200, not correct because it's not 50%. So the only logical answer would be 190. Now, I don't know the exact answer, so let's slow our roll a little bit. Calm down, calm down.
Y'all meet me outside, how about that? Huh?
But, using some estimation skills, notice how I saved myself some time. I was able to estimate here a little bit. Now be careful. Don't skip over the steps, especially if you know how to do the problem. Alright. Every now and then I hear noises like someone's here in school. Oh no, there might be someone in the hallway listening right now. We'll find out.
NSCAS reveal, alright? NSCAS.
That's 400 over 1 on both sides. Okay, this would be 400 over 400x, so x is now by itself. This is 45 times 400. Okay, then we have over 100 times 1, so that's 18,000. Alright, so 40 times 400 is 16,000. 5 times 400 is 2,000. So you add them together, you should get 18,000. Move it over 2 places, and we have the answer, 180 people. Which really, my estimation here, 190 wasn't too far off. Alright, so earlier this week, I taught you about something called inequalities.
$1 million!
That, my friends, is an inequality. What I want you to do is pause this video, solve the inequality, but then also try to graph your answer. Good luck. Alright, remember from the video, inequality means not equal. So, we're saying it's still equal to something, but it's not equal to just one thing. It's multiple things. Alright, so, first things first, I want to isolate the variable still. Very similar, very similar. To what? What, kids? What's it similar to? Right, equations. So, we're going to add a positive 45 to both sides first. And a 0. We're going to, as Mr. Phillips would say, we're going to yeet it. Yeet. Alright, so, this is gone. And we have different signs to subtract. Take the sign of the higher number. And be careful here. Especially if I know what I'm doing here, I don't want to mess this up. So we have 2x, take the sign of the higher number, should be positive, 21. So, now we're going to divide by both sides by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. This is 1x, so I have x is less than or equal to. 21 divided by 2 is 10 and a half. Okay, that's our answer. Now let's real quick graph it. Let's put the answer in the middle, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to say we have 10 and a half. Okay, if it's less than or equal to, we're going to circle and we're going to shade it in. And then less than goes to the left. So that will be a graph of your answer. So what that means, children, just come in closer, come in closer. What that means is that answers are not just 10 and a half, but it's anything less than or equal to 10 and a half. So it could be 9 and a half. It could be 8. It could be 7 and a fourth. It could be 4. It could be negative 4,726. It could be negative 9,400,000,000 gazillion. All right? It could be a really big number that's really small technically because it's negative. But It can be anything as long as it's less than or equal to 10.5. Thank you. It could be 10.5 too. Hopefully you'll watch this video on Wednesday. And you still have one more day left of NSCAS. What I'm going to end with, this last thing here, just hang with me. I want to end with a little bit of advice. It's easy. Some might say easy. It's easy to start well. We talk about it all the time. It's easy to start well. It is difficult, my friends. Difficult to finish well. I know some might not think that the NSCAS is the most important thing. Well, I tell you what, kids. Showing what you're capable of, working your hardest, and giving good effort is important. Bye. I may be back later, but last but not least, go get him. Got a couple more shout outs to here. Savannah. Savannah, I chose your name because the Savannah Desert. Yeah, I'm Wilderness Mountain. Savannah. No, that's a pretty cool name. Alright, Trent. Trent, I heard you were my good friend, my good buddy. May he rest in peace, Steve Owen. Good day, mate. Sam. 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 Sam.